Well, howdy guys. We're out here just northeast of Ness City, Kansas today at a farm estate auction. A few tractors here I'm interested in, a little bit of machinery. I'm not even going to pay attention to the smalls because I don't have the patience to deal with that and I don't need more junk. But we'll just start going down the line here. First off, 7700 John Deere Combine. Doubt it brings much money, a couple thousand. These things are just way past their prime anymore. But I'm sure somebody will need it. Got a little swather trailer. New Holland 1116 swather. And you can probably see the reason I'm here already. There's this 1206 International. I believe it's a 67 model, fairly late 67 model. It's an International, not a Farmall, so it's a weedy or standard. So typically that means it does not have a 3-point on it, which this one does not. Dual PTO, which is nice, so it's got a few more options happening here. 38-inch rubber you can see on it, so that's a good deal. It's got that ice cream box cab, which you don't see a ton of cab tractors of this era around here with factory cabs on them, and that's factory AC up there on it, which is pretty cool to see. Not too dirty looking. Got one, maybe two new front tires on it, looks like. Good old Firestone Field and Roads here on the back. Bad deal here, they cut the fan shroud and the side panel for the AC, so that kind of really sucks. But it's just gonna have to get over that deal. So it's got a fairly fresh oil change, which is interesting to me. I believe this is a dozer. Not really my favorite design in the world, but whatever. That's really pretty minor. I don't think it'd probably stay on the tractor very long if we were to get it. Serial number 9036, and these tractors start at 7501, so it's fairly low number. Inside the cab doesn't look too bad at all. I've sure seen a hell of a lot. Get the old flip up door. Sure seen a hell of a lot worse. First off, no TA. Dual remote. Seat looks fairly good. 8,500 hours. Gauges look pretty good. Really not a bad looking 1206. I'd sure like to take it home, but you don't know. Not really sure what this is about. To run over to there, but hey, whatever. We're just not gonna think about that too hard. Really looks pretty darn solid. Probably the best thing here today, in my opinion, except for maybe a pickup that's high miles. But this is really the only reason I'm here. So we'll see if we can get this one bought today for sure. I think probably a set of these duals are for this tractor. I bet it's this set. They're not factory by any means. Those are like DMI or M&W. Do DMI duals, so not factory, but I guess if you buy the tractor, try to buy the duals too. So this 1155 with custom dual exhaust kind of looks like that one from YouTube, JT's Barn and Grill. Obviously not. This one's a lot rougher, but you know, 540 V8 Perkins, same as like my 860 Combine. This is 2,700 hours, so I don't know. This thing, not too terribly interested in it because, I mean, just that scared the hell out of me. Cool tractor though, but doubt I want to mess with it. 3-point, small 1000 PTO. Not bad looking by any means, but it's just hard to want to deal with, honestly. She's been out in the sun probably about its whole fucking life, so just not great. I got this cute little Case 400 here. I believe I've seen this tractor before somewhere else. They were using it to load out at an auction, I think. Hand clutch. This would probably not be a joy to drive. Hand clutch and a loader. A Davis loader on it, like a lot of Massey Fergusons and Fords have. But not a bad little rig, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing too great, that's for sure. Massey 3-point rake. Disc. We'll keep going down the line here. Here's your sunflower offset. Little, what is it, 4 or 5 sunflower undercutter with pickers on the back. Interesting. Yeah, flex cane pickers. Heston Swather. A little pull type chisel. Probably sunflower. Not sure it really matters. Maybe Kraus. Looks like that's a Kraus disc there. Flex King undercutter. I think this one's a 3526, so 27 foot. I don't know. Great Plains hoe drill. Not popular at all anymore. New Holland baler. I believe this is a Caldwell mower here, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm not sure I want to know, honestly. The PTO shaft pulled out of something, but we used to have one of these. They're pretty good. Pretty good mowers. Might be able to make a little money on it. 3-point forklift. Just some random junk here. Hay trailer, stock trailers. So it's 650 diesel over here. They said it runs, so sure might put some thought into this one if it's a runner, because yeah, the one I bought recently, not doing so good with. It's got more of the sheet metal than mine does too. It's got the cowl cover up there. Cranks here, belt pulley starting to delaminate, not uncommon. If it runs, I'm definitely interested in it. Tires aren't awesome, but they aren't bad. That fender's curled up. It's got a little ding in it. This is 2077 on the hours. Who knows? Not a bad looking thing. I'd definitely be interested in this one. Some more stuff over here. Little trailers, Kelly Ryan feed wagon that I'm sure won't bring much. Not a very big one either. It's like a 4x8, I think. Sheer machinery lift. Little IH 1610 drill. Some hay feeders and stuff. Livestock panels and whatnot. This pretty nice little manure spreader here. IH 550. Manure spreaders always sell well. Tires aren't awesome here, but other than that, it does look pretty darn solid. 540 PTO. Would be interested in this as well. Floor, not so great over there, but that's pretty minor. Sides look really good on it though. So, and I think, yeah, see, it's got the lifetime guarantee on it. Was sold new, Midwest International. Huh, that's pretty cool to see. Little New Holland 276 baler. I think that's a Gravely. You got a K30 here. Not the greatest looking. Probably a 350 V8. 4-speed, I'd assume. Yeah, 4-speed. I don't know. Not hard to get interested in this. Just a little rough. You can get a K20. It's probably about the same story. Grain trucks. Yucky. Don't need them too bad. Newer 1-ton Chevy. Doesn't look too bad by any means. And a lot of junk. We'll keep walking around here. Bus is pretty cool, but I don't know what the hell you do with it. Looks like it's got quite a bit of stuff in it. Kind of just take up space more than anything, but you just don't see a ton of old buses for sure. Be a fun one though. I don't know. Not sure I need to deal with hauling at home though. We got bigger priorities today, I would say. Kind of cool. Don't recall seeing this on the sale bill, but I probably better try to take it home. That's pretty darn different. I've seen a couple of these before, but this one's pretty nice. Fiberglass is one of the better I've seen. That's got a chunk out of it, but usually this fiberglass hood is trash. So, and then, you know, Wiggly Bummer. Already got a couple of those.
Car polisher.
Well, I had to come over here to a separate site. Auction's like half a mile that way, but evidently they didn't want to drag everything in here. But we got here's a couple of Case 1060 combines, which you really don't see a lot of old Case combines, to be honest, but that doesn't make them valuable at all. I doubt these girls have run in quite a while. I've been wrong before, I suppose, but they really don't look that bad, but they've probably been sitting out forever. Cute little Case swather too. Again, something you rarely see, but do you really want to have to move it? I know I don't want to have to move the damn thing, so probably stay the hell away from that deal. I've seen a couple swather trailers around here, but still, I think that's a Case. Yeah, that's a Case swather too. Still pretty darn cool, but again, we're probably gonna bring scrap price because they didn't even take the time to drag it over to the auction site, which is very unfortunate. What do these little things have in them for a motor? I like I said, I know nothing about these old Case combines. They just really aren't that terribly common and have been out of production since 1972. That looks like a Chrysler. It's a little V8 Chrysler motor. That's actually really cool. Single barrel carb on it. Bet that makes some pretty sounds, revved up tight. Huh. I'm assuming that one over there is probably the same deal, but yeah, just probably pretty much useless and scrap iron. Looks like it's been patched on before. Cool, dual glass packs coming out of the back of it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Just pretty useless old combines. Probably same story on that girl there, unfortunately. Case swather, I bet's got a slant 6 in it. We'll crawl down and look. Nope. Straight 4-cylinder Case motor. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what this. Just not much use for these old things at all. So not sure what good it does. Yeah, that's a 4-cylinder Case, and that one's a V8 Chrysler up in there. This one's a little Case 400 diesel, which is standard, which is actually a pretty uncommon tractor, but I bet the motor's stuck on it. It looks like it hadn't had the nicest life. The grill's laying up there, tires are down on all 4 corners. Pretty cool thing, but again, is it worth it? Fenders look like they had a buggy top that ripped them apart at some point in time. I don't know. I got a buddy that wants this, but I might not stick around for it. Then you got an 1100 Massey here on big rubber, which is pretty cool. No 3-point. PTO only on the back, dual remote. Looks like the steering column's been taken apart. Probably had hand pump problems. Huh, seems like we've had that conversation before. But pretty down on our luck and probably not worth the time or effort. So I doubt I mess with this one either. But that's an Excel cab on it. Yeah, it's just not worth the effort. There's some more junk around here we'll walk around and look at. And your typical Western Kansas machinery here. You got your John Deere one way. This is probably a Kraus. Yeah, definitely a Kraus. One way there, nothing too special or wild. Be lucky to bring scrap price, unfortunately, but that's just the name of the game there. Just not much value. Little, I think it's a rod weeder. Yeah, definitely a rod weeder. Again, worth nothing. Little full-type disc. Crustbuster harrow. Crustbuster drill that's not worth anything. Just pretty typical stuff. And then there's a cycloplaner over there. So I'm gonna hop back in my pickup, drive back over to the auction site. I think they're supposed to start selling the real farm machinery in about 15 minutes. So let's hope that way I can get what I want and get the hell out of here. Well guys, the hot sweaty one out there. I'm loaded up now and headed home. I got 3 tractors bought today, actually. And some tires. I think that was it. Yeah, should have been it. But I did get the 1206 bought. Got the 650 bought and sold already to a friend who wanted it, thankfully. And then I got the little Spirit of 76 Cub Cadet bought. So that's pretty darn cool. Wanted to get loaded and get home. I've got an engagement to get to this evening, so didn't want to waste any time there. But when we get home, I will do a recap of how things sold, and then we'll show you a little bit more in detail these tractors I bought. I'm not going back for the 650. Buddy's going to come up from Garden City and get that, so I don't have to deal with it. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we're gonna hammer on home and have a beer, because it's a hot one out on a Friday. So we'll update you later. Well guys, off the trailer at home. I already kicked the little Spirit of 76 off at the house. I'm gonna work on getting that run later with my kids, just for fun. We'll do that kind of like my yard and their yard put around. But this 1206 we brought out to the farm to unload. Super in love with this thing. I've already run it down to the corner and back, and it runs awesome. I believe, well, I know this is a factory cab with factory AC, which you don't see a lot of, especially in Western Kansas, or just in general. Guys were cheap back then, you know, and you can kind of tell that, because this is an international, not a farm also. It's a standard rigid front end on the front, no adjustment there, just for wheat farming and milo farming. No 3-point, obviously. It does have dual PTO, which is pretty convenient, because I can probably do some stuff with it that way. But it's got the factory AC stuff up there on top of the cab, 38-inch rear rubber. The duals I have for it are DMI duals, so you know, I'll have to do some work in there, maybe see if I can find some original ones. But they do look good, and they're white, and I'd like to get them on the tractor soon. Dozer is a Dozal or Dozal dozer. They were made down the Oklahoma state line in Kiowa, Kansas. They are actually pretty solid dozers. I'm just used to otters, to be honest, and this one will come off here pretty soon. But the sheet metal, as you can see, well, there's no fenders to worry about, but the sheet metal is very, very straight. All the badges are here. You know, it's got the typical Western Kansas sun fade. That, I believe, is factory AC setup there, so that's cool. You don't see a lot of that, and I can, hopefully, if I have time, make this, all the AC stuff work again and have a pretty, you know, usable classic tractor, I hope. Brand new Samson 1016s on the front, just kind of cheap tires, but that's kind of what you get. You know, she's got some leaks, the typical 361-407 O-ring leaks there. I believe there's some leaks over here on the injection pump, or actually it's on the fuel filter setup here. That's pretty normal. Sitting here idling nice, don't see any head gasket leaks or anything like that. Thankfully, no cracks there. Got the factory toolbox here. Got some cast weights. I don't think it has any fluid in the tires, so that's a godsend, to be honest. Back end, you know, you got your 2 remotes. You got some extra lights here. It's got some extra lights on the front of the tractor. Those will come off pretty soon, in my opinion. I just don't like to look at them at all. We'll crawl up in here. I love the doors on these. We'll fold it back down and show you guys. So you pull back on the door, the bottom flips up on the, and it's pulled by cable, and it comes up and around. They're supposed to latch back, but that latch here is broken, but I have one on a parts cab conveniently. And this window over here comes around and latches back over there too. So really cool to have all that. You got your grease gun mount there on the back. Crawl up here in the cab. And these are tight, narrow little cabs. They're not built for big guys. Thankfully, I'm not a very wide guy. I'm just tall. 8,532 hours. Hour meter does look to be working. Don't think the fuel gauge or temp gauge works. I don't think that temp gauge over there is working either. But all the, you know, factory components are here for this cab. That blower motor works there. yeah, that, I mean, if you got that working, it'd probably keep this cab cool. But everything's really nice and intact in here. I'm not sure what the deal is with the fuel hose that runs from the top of the filler over here to a fuel filter. That doesn't make sense to me, really, unless it was some kind of auxiliary tank on this thing at some point in time. You know, all the glass here is intact and very nice, so really pleased about that. I haven't tested any of the lights. Highly doubt they work. Got the original air cleaner up there. Got a straight pipe that I think it's got a leak, so it sounds a little funny running. The blower motor's up here too. Haven't, I think. Oh god, it worked! Oh no, stop! Shut off! Shut off! Jesus, that was a bad idea. There's something living in there. Let's clean that out. Whew, that smells bad. Oh, it's all over me. Jeez. Dual remote. Oh my, that smells. That's bad. Dual remotes here. Got some added carpet. I might do some sound deadening and cab material in here, get her all cleaned up. But I guess we will test drive it down the road here and come back. But you know, it sounds. It does 1206 things, which is what you really want in this life, for all the 1206 things. So we're gonna shove her in high range, take her out to the corner back. No TA, so don't have to worry about that. It's a factory non-TA tractor, I believe. I got the cab there and everything. So actually, we're gonna stop and tie the doors back and then take her down the road. Okay, now we're gonna run her, flip up the park brake, put her in high, put it in second. We'll turn her to the corner and back. Pretty sure we don't have any traffic coming. We don't. Oh, there's that turbo whistle. We do have all the corn, this field of corn right here in the ground, and all the one field of beans in the ground, and then we just have Milo left. So we're actually in pretty good standing. We beat the insurance thing. Good. I think it's got like an old planter monitor there. Bracket. I had to get rid of that. Thankfully didn't add too many extra holes, it looks like. But she's a pretty quality old tractor. Hard to beat. Gotta do a dozer delete though and get those duals put on. Find some, I know I've got a weight bracket for it. We'll put probably a few 100-pound or 75-pound suitcases on it, I would say. Yeah, really pleased with this one. Well, back on the yard. Amelia's checking the goodies out here with her little horse. Pretty pleased with this one. More to come on this guy. Those are going to get lost first. We'll get those duals that are over there back on it soon enough. But really tickled with this one. The coolest part about this is I went to an auction last September or August north of Ransom, Kansas, and bought a Massey 88 diesel that I have on my machinery lot, just kind of as a runaround tractor. And interestingly enough, that tractor was bought new by this family, in the same family as this guy, in Waukene in the late 50s, early 60s. And then this 1206 here, the same guy bought used around 1970 from the IH dealer in Waukene. So I have two tractors from this family, from the same original or same ownership. The brothers just each got a different tractor later on in life. So just a really cool deal. Two separate auctions, two family tractors. Really, really tickled to have this. Big thank you to the Lutter family for, you know, taking such good care of both of those tractors all these years. Absolutely love this thing, and it'll be around here to get cleaned up and looking good. We're not going to paint it. We're not going to do any of that, but we might clear coat it and stuff like we did on my other 1206. But there'll be more to come on this guy. Absolutely love the fact that it's got the factory cab. And I got both my IH factory cab tractors together today. I need to take my baler to town later today or tomorrow morning because it's getting looked at to sell. I'm not doing haying anymore. We're going to have a guy custom hay, so just going to sell it. But I hooked it onto the 1456 to get it out. We got more to come on this guy too now that we're getting planting wrapped up. But really tickled with this one. It is not a tractor out of the weeds or a barn find or anything like that. Just a good, solid, original Western Kansas tractor from a good family that took care of their stuff. And I want to thank them a lot. There'll be more to come on this guy. Please like, share, subscribe. We got a lot more cool stuff planned this summer and upcoming. A lot of projects to work on. So you guys have a good one. Go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.